You can see there's a shot here from the High Court, of course. So as Wilsey was reporting there, a lot more people. This was earlier from a previous hearing, I believe. So this is the scene, and there's a lot going on here. And the government is not looking good on any of this. Let's just look at chapter 1 here, revealed how the Israel lobby got Keir Starmer to ban Palestine Action. So clearly there is activity in the background here with regards to the various Israeli lobby organizations, and they're playing a pivotal role, Mike, in pushing for the banning of Palestine Action, or worse than banning, labeling them a terrorist organization here. But here's what we spoke about before, and this is what you need to pay attention to. And this is, again, from Yvette Cooper's statement here. She is the Secretary of State for the Home Department, Home Office there. The disgraceful attack on Brize Norton, you're talking about RAF, Brize Norton Air Base, in the early hours of the morning on Friday, the 20th of June, where I guess they put red paint on one of the...
Yeah, I mean, to call it an attack is just ridiculous.
An attack.
They broke in and they put some red paint on a plane in the engine bay. Wait a minute, what can we say?
It's that used to be considered legal and might be criminal damage. We'll get to that in a minute, but back up on screen here, saying that, here we go, this latest is in a long history of unacceptable criminal damage committed by Palestine Action. So it's right there in the words of the Home Secretary, criminal damage. It doesn't say terrorism.
Right.
It's criminal damage, which is legal, is protected protest. Okay, so, and they go on here, and this is also important. It says the UK's defense enterprise is vital to the nation's national security, and this government will not tolerate those that put that security at risk. So defense enterprise. What is the definition of enterprise?
Well, that's like industry. It's something productive.
It's profit-driven industry, enterprise. So the UK's profit-generating defense industry is vital to the national security, and anybody that touches it or disrupts it for any reason is putting the national security at risk? Or, Mike, are they actually putting maybe that corporation's profits or share prices at risk?
Right.
Because are those two the same thing now? That's my question.
Yeah.
That's my question. So we're just looking at their own statements, and you can draw your own conclusions here. And let's bring this in as well. And of course, this one certainly is one for the books. The UK High Court held back evidence whilst upholding the F-35 controversial exports to Israel. So what exactly happened here? Let's take a look. Well, it seems that the UK ignored its own spy footage when assessing Israel's compliance with international law. We're talking about humanitarian law. So are they guilty of war crimes or genocide? Key documents withheld from court on Israel's shooting of minors. That also happened. And again, the Foreign Office paid, according to documents that are published, we'll show you in Declassified UK, £750,000 for, quote, independent analysis on Gaza. And meanwhile, the firm contracted by the Foreign Office happens to have been founded by a former UK embassy official in Tel Aviv. So no conflict of interest there, nothing to see, move along. And here to the report by Declassified UK, withheld evidence from court in Israel arms case. And we'll take a closer look here. This is just stunning, Mike. Using data from CIR and elsewhere, the Foreign Office's IHL cell revealed over 400 incidents in Gaza, but found only one attack to be impossible breach of international human rights law by Israel. And that was Israel's airstrike on the World Central Kitchen convoy, which killed 7 international aid workers, including 3 Britons. That's the only one of all the Israeli airstrikes that garnered any concern in this. I can't believe I'm reading this. But anyway, the other 412 incidents that were looked at, those aren't the total Israeli incidents, by the way, those are just the ones looked at, were judged as, quote, inconclusive. As such, the Foreign Office has still not decided whether Israel has actually committed any problems or, is not complying with international human rights law in its general war conduct. And here's the one, obviously, that was left out. They refused to submit one of CIR's research reports long-range shooting or shooting of minors, i.e. sniping at children, to the court, despite a duty to disclose and explicit request made for its disclosure. It didn't make it into the evidence. So, I mean, what kind of a legal process is going on here?
Sure.
That's the question. Here's go ahead.
No, it's obviously a fitted up legal process. I mean, there is no legal process. It completely subverts the legal process. We've seen this in other areas, like the fact that MI5 was prepared to lie to court recently. It doesn't matter what the circumstances were, they lied. So we're just seeing this, this is the government or the regime that has, no matter what color the political party has said, we're standing for the rule of law. Well, that's long out the window.
So they're willing to dismantle the rule of law, all for Israel. They're willing to dismantle and to destroy the international legal system, the international post-World War II legal system, the Genocide Convention, international humanitarian law, to protect Israel and to protect the corporations supplying weapons to Israel as it's committing a genocide. Did I get any of that wrong?
Nope.
I'm not sure that I did. Let's look at Loki, the great UK-based rapper and poet, entertainer, and happens to be an amazing journalist. This is just a clip of a report he did recently for Double Down News. Take a listen.
In addition to that, We Believe in Israel has even boasted about being given access to classified police information from a counter-terror investigation into Palestine Action in 2022. Why would a lobby group for a foreign power not only be so deeply involved in the security state of this country, but why would it have access to classified documents? We Believe in Israel came out of BICOM, Israel's largest lobby group in Britain, which is currently led by Richard Pater, a reserve in the Israeli military who previously was employed by the Israeli Prime Minister's office. We Believe in Israel campaigned to remove my music from Spotify. At the time, it was led by Luke Akehurst, now serving as a Labour MP. Here is Israeli political officer from the embassy discussing Luke Akehurst and We Believe in Israel.
So Luke Akehurst is the director of We Believe in Israel. He's a great guy. He's one of the best in the inside.
Why are we allowing a foreign lobby group led by an alleged spy to dictate what is and isn't acceptable protest in this country?
Good question.
The NGO he's talking about, We Believe in Israel, are the ones that look like they pushed the initial push to ban Palestine Action. He's talking about an alleged spy. Let's look at who that alleged spy or who he's referring to there. And there's the organization, We Believe in Israel. It's trying to ban Palestine Action. This is clearly an Israeli lobbying organization, whatever you want to call it here. And this is the person, one of the heads anyway, of this organization. Her name is Perez-Shakdam. That name sounded familiar when I first saw it. And lo and behold, it is this woman, a woman of many faces, who allegedly or apparently converted to Shia Islam and made her way onto Press TV and RTV, RT International, and other international networks, posing as a type of resistance journalist. And the allegations are that she was an Israeli spy or a British and Israeli spy, infiltrated those organizations. She, on record, has said, I managed to infiltrate to the highest levels, quote, it's in Loki's report at Double Down News. We'll give you the link to that in a moment. But here she is. There we are, executive director of We Believe in Israel. So that's quite a jump from being a pro-resistance Shiite convert gallivanting around Tehran and returns to the UK and is affiliated with the Henry Jackson Society and this organization. I mean, that's just a little bit fishy. I can see how the allegations of her being a spy are certainly prevalent because it does look very suspicious.
Right.
So that's what's going on there. If you want any more background on this story with her, this is a great piece by Alan MacLeod at MintPress News entitled Catherine Perez-Shakdam, a French-born UK Jewish, French, Jewish, and lives in the UK, apparently here, Israeli spy who infiltrated MintPress. So apparently made her way into MintPress as well. So very effective. And here's one of the people mentioned in Loki's report. This is the former head of Labour Friends of Israel, John Woodcock.
He had to leave the party for some reason, did he?
He did. There was a sexual harassment scandal,
Right.
as far as we could see. Apparently, he left his post after that. But he landed on his feet, Mike, managed to get a title
Peerage,
there,
yeah.
a peerage, lifetime peerage there in the House of Lords. Lord Walney, he is now known as. So, there we are. But he's featured in this report, and it's quite damning, actually. And you can see the direct link with this gentleman and all of these organizations, and then the move to ban Palestine Action. So there we are. We see all these operatives working pretty much in concert for the same ends. There's Loki's report there. If you want to go look at this Double Down News, he is just a fantastic journalist. I don't need to say any more, Mike, but all the receipts are there.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Pat.